people cross this border for the first time ever. You're confident this border is secure?
We have a secure border,
You're out of your mind.
Our border is secure, and we're in the midst of a humanitarian crisis.
Sure, that's a conversation for another day, but do you think that the border is secure? Is that what you said?
Jake Tapper cannot. Look at Jake Tapper's face. Oh, my Lord.
Do you think that the border is secure? Is that what you said?
Yes, the border is secure. And we're in the midst of a humanitarian crisis that has been created by a broken system.
Oh, it's so bad that Jake Tapper had to check Ariana Presley a number of times because he just could not believe that she said that the border is secure. I mean, this is a good one, friends. We're gonna listen to this video here and react a little bit because this is good. We have to laugh and scoff at the idea of an individual who is completely out of touch with reality. We have to laugh. We have to smile. We have to scoff. We may have to ridicule some of these people because it's like, really? You gotta be kidding me. Anyway, friends, let's get to this video. Link in the description below. Like and subscribe to the page. Click the bell icon for more. Let's dial in.
So Republicans' biggest criticism of the bipartisan Senate spending bill, this compromise that's being worked over on the other side of Capitol Hill, is that it does not contain additional funding for border security. Right now, the U.S. is facing a crisis at the border, and this historic wave of Venezuelan migrants crossing into the U.S. The U.S. cannot deport most of them, or any of them really, because of the frosty diplomatic relations with Venezuela. More than 7.7 million people have fled Venezuela. There's no sign this is slowing down. Do you agree that something needs to be done about our border, that it's just not sustainable? I mean, we see, these governors, and I'm sure you disapprove of the tactic, but they're sending migrants into places like Massachusetts, like New York, like California, and these cities are having trouble keeping up. The Republican governors say things like, we're just giving you a taste of what we have to deal with.
Well, I certainly disagree with any people, and certainly our most vulnerable who are fleeing great destabilization and violence and corruption from being used as political pawns. No doubt about it, our border is secure, and we're in the midst of a humanitarian crisis.
She said, I cannot believe this lady.
Our border is secure, and we're in the midst of a humanitarian crisis, and we have to fix a broken system.
Wait,
and
you think it is secure? You think the border is secure, or it is not secure?
I believe that we are in the midst of a humanitarian crisis, and there needs to be federal investment to support those migrant families. And I work with a number of those community-based organizations on the ground, and they need more support. They need more
That wasn't the question.
federal support. This is a humanitarian crisis, and it's the consequence of a number of longstanding broken policies that are very.
No, it's the consequence of leaving the border wide open for migrants to come in. This is the consequence of Biden policy, Democratic policies. This is Sanctuary City's talking points. Okay, so this is what the result is. It's not something that is that confusing and difficult because under Trump, this was not an issue. So the reason it is an issue now is because the Biden administration made it an issue.
Consequential for asylum seekers, TPS holders, and DACA recipients writ large. But that is a conversation for another day.
Sure, I don't disagree.
No, we're not doing this conversation another day.
Recipients writ large, but that is a conversation for another day.
No, stop it.
Sure, I don't disagree with this being a humanitarian crisis at all. But just to get some clarity on this, and sure, that's a conversation for another day. But do you think that the border is secure? Is that what you said?
Jake Tapper cannot. Look at Jake Tapper's face. Oh, my Lord. Here is CNN doing the dirty work. They're actually asking the difficult questions. This is amazing. This is great to listen to because they are known for just lying to people. So here, for the first time in a long time, CNN is asking the difficult questions. Jake Tapper's face is priceless right now.
Yes, the border is secure. And we are
She said the border is secure. Hundreds and thousands of people are flooding to the southern border. Even New York, Eric Adams, the mayor of New York, he's complaining, even though they're supposed to be a sanctuary city, and they're talking about how this situation will destroy New York City. So these individuals are coming in, drugs are coming in, children are being sold by the coyotes. They're coming in to do slave labor and to pay these individuals. They have their lives at risk, being blackmailed to carry out this. This is actually, yeah, it is a humanitarian crisis. But the issue that I have with this lady, Ayanna Pressley, she is just denying reality. She's saying that the border is secure, and she keeps a straight face. Look at that. Even Jake Tapper can believe it, that he's having a hard time digesting this.
in the midst of a humanitarian crisis that has been created by a broken system. And in the meantime, we need federal investment to support my constituents and those who call the MA 7th home writ large, which is why we need to prevent a government shutdown. I want to center the humanity, the dignity, the safety, and the needs of everyone, which is why we should not have a government shutdown. It will be deeply consequential. It will create a dire situation for families, many that are already struggling.
But if you have millions of undocumented migrants coming into the country, how is the border secure?
He keeps Oh, I love it. You keep asking that question because her rhetoric is so bad. So again, it goes to show, it's bigger than politics to me, but it goes to show that these people are really not paying attention. They're really not here.
Migrants coming into the country, how is the border secure?
Jake, this is not a new crisis. It does require more political will and commitment. It is a humanitarian crisis. We should treat it as such. And again, representing one of the most diverse constituencies in the country. And in fact, I chair the House Haiti Caucus. I represent the third largest Haitian diaspora in the country. And what I see on the ground is—
That doesn't mean anything. That's not the question he's asking you. Anyway.
Community-based organizations and municipalities who need federal support.
I'm not disagreeing with anything you're saying, except for the idea that the border is secure. I mean, if you have people crossing the—
Jake's just having a hard time with this one. This is the fourth time he brought it up.
Anything you're saying, except for the idea that the border is secure. I mean, if you have people crossing the border, it's just by definition not secure. If you have people coming to the United States, in fact, I mean, one of the arguments being made, and I think it's an argument worth considering, is that because our border is so porous, millions of people make this very unsafe journey. Millions of people give money to people who prey on them, coyotes, and take them on these journeys to cross into the United States, preying on them, vulnerable people. And that's because the border is not secure. Because it is not secure, they go on this journey. And one of the arguments that is made, and maybe you disagree with it, is that the border should be secure so as to discourage people from making this journey. So that if people want to try to come to the United States and declare asylum and seek asylum, they go through the proper corridors and not just try to cross illegally. But it just seems like just such a refusal to acknowledge reality, just to say that the
Exactly, Jake Tapper. This is the thing we've been saying. I'm glad you finally caught on to it. Listen, we have been telling you, you Democrats, many of you as politicians are out of touch with reality. Well, they're denying reality because they don't believe in it. They believe in narratives and perspective and virtue signaling. This is the thing. We've been saying that. That's problematic, man.
Like, just such a refusal to acknowledge reality, just to say that the border is secure when we all know millions of people are crossing the border illegally every year.
Jake, and that is a consequence of a number of things. We have climate refugees, people that have been disabled in regions that are destabilized by extreme weather events.
Sure.
We have people that are violence and corruption.
Yep.
And so we just have to acknowledge why someone would leave their native country and their family and risk so much. It is
100%.
because
What is she talking about? Like, people they do that because the border is wide open. It's very easy. Like, I'm not a politician. I listen, man. I'm just an average common sense kind of guy. The reason they take this journey, they come, is because they know the border is wide open. They know they can get in. Okay, and you know, this is why they're being taken advantage of. This is why they're putting their lives at risk. So in other words, we are hurting these individuals in this false promise that they can just come to the United States in the name of what? And when they come here and they have to sit in the system 10, 20 something years before they get their first interview to get their paperwork. So they have to live off taxpayer dollars. This is not a good look. You know what I'm saying? We go to work and we're paying for money. We're paying for people who came here illegally. This is why there's a system in place to make sure these people are properly vetted. And some of these individuals, from what I've heard, they're emptying out their entire prison and sending these individuals over. So the crime rate has tremendously increased. Somewhere 300% of these people on an FBI watch list now as a result. At least the number has increased 300% since the borders have been left wide open. There's been crimes and violence happening recently. I heard an old lady was sexually abused by one of these individuals, and I'm trying to put those words, if you know what I mean. You can read between the line here. And yeah, the border is still secure. I mean, she's something else, boy.
And so we just have to acknowledge why someone would leave their native country and their family and risk so much. It is
100%.
because they are impaired. And
Yeah.
asylum is a human right. And so we must do better and more by keeping a
Oh my
human right.
Lord, she is driving me crazy. She said an asylum is a human right. You find the issue. If the Democrats believe it, it's a human right. Once they make it a human right, by all means, you can't push against it. You're supposed to allow it to take place. I mean, how is seeking asylum a human right? Seeking asylum, but the reason that they can come in and what is entailed in that asylum list, it could be anything. Even if you are homosexual, some of these cases are saying, if you have issues at home, if you are fearful, I mean, the list is so vague that anybody for any reason can come. And how do you know if they're telling the truth or not? They don't really check that. They don't say, oh, I'm coming because of this reason or that reason. Okay, fine, come in. It's like, what if I was lying? So, oh my goodness. She said a human right. Unbelievable.
It is
100%.
because they are impaired. And
Yeah.
asylum is a human right.
No, it's not.
And so we must do better
Lord,
and
it's
more
crazy.
by TPS holders, by DACA recipients and asylum seekers. And we must do more and better by those who already call this country home, who stand to really struggle if there is a Republican government shutdown that could have been avoided if the Republicans knew how to govern. But instead, they lead from a place of contempt, callousness, and cluelessness, and they continue to play to the most extreme parts of their base, political gamesmanship, playing with people's lives.
She's deflecting. She's trying to move away from the main point of the question of Jake Tapper here. But I'm sure Jake Tapper got one more thing to say to her.
And I'm not here for it. And that is also why, given how many people are struggling, I'm calling on the to not resume student loan payments October 1st if we are in a government shutdown.
Okay. It sounds like in there you acknowledged that there are millions of people crossing the border illegally, which would mean that the border is not secure. But I mean, I don't disagree with any of the points you made about these people are trying to seek better lives and they're escaping all sorts of horrible things. But would you grant me the point that the border is not secure?
Jake, leave her alone, Jake. Leave her alone, straight white male. What is wrong with you? Stop asking me that difficult question, boy.
Jake, that is a conversation for another day. Right?
She said, well, I'm going to postpone that one.
Jake, that is a conversation for another day.
Oh, my
Right now, I'm
Lord.
squarely focused on preventing a government shutdown. And if there is one,
Jake.
mitigating the
All right,
Jake.
Democratic Congresswoman Ayanna Pressley of Massachusetts. Thanks so much.
Jake face is priceless, boy. I could not. I mean, again, this is the out of touch with reality concept that is with many folks that are in politics. It's either they don't know, or they don't want to know, or they don't care to know. But again, the situation, the fact that she said this, the border is secure, she repeats it, and she stuck to her gun. And that's the thing. Even though that's the thing with Democrats, when they're lying, they will lie till the point of death. Even though they know they're lying, man. Even though they know they're lying, they keep on lying. It's like, man, we all know you're lying. They keep on lying. Like the same thing with Joe Biden. There is no evidence connecting Joe to his son's business dealing and stuff. Like, there is no evidence. There's like so much evidence. There's like text messages. There are documents from the banks. They're showing things. There's pictures. There's testimonies. There's personal witnesses. There is no evidence. It's like, oh my Lord, these people are something else. It's the fact that they will still do this no matter what you show them. It just shows that it's like gaslighting, deflecting, lying, and deceiving, and they live in it. It's crazy to me. These 6 things that the Lord hate, yea, 7 an abomination unto him, a proud look, a lying tongue, and a hands that shed innocent blood, a heart that deviseth wicked imaginations, feet that be swift in running to mischief, a false witness that speaketh lies, and he that soweth discord among brethren. That's what we just heard, friends. I'm telling you. That's what we just heard. I don't know what else to do with this. I'm just going to end this video, because if she says the border is secure and stuck to her gun, irrespective of the facts, videos, pictures, numbers, and she said the border is secure, y'all crazy. Have a good one. Link in the description below. Like and subscribe to the page. Click the icon for more. Check out our merch. Go get something to put on. Have a good one. Bye.